Hey, what up, everybody? How's it going? Hold on, man. Let me do this right. Check. Hello, everybody. Alrighty, Rafik in the place. Hey, I'm on time. Just let that be, just for the record. Okay, I'm gonna set the last shit up for like 5 minutes maximum. Pretty much have everything ready to go. For the record, check it out. I have a mic stand now. I've been putting your advice to good use. If you're watching on Facebook, share the post. Give me a like. Hit me for the algorithm. Same on YouTube, by the way. If you're on Twitch, welcome. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, just writing down some shit so I don't forget any of the awesome questions you guys have been sending me. I'll see you in 3-4 minutes, something like that. Patats. Oh shit, I needed to switch to this one. Thanks, SK, for hosting me, my brother. Brother, man! You're the homie. Ah. What's up? All right. Okay, this time for real. I hope I just switched off the autotune, otherwise I'm screwed. How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode number 2 of the I don't know what the hell I'm doing workshop. Yes. Hey, last week was just kind of an experiment. I didn't really know where that was gonna go, but I think that was quite fun. I really enjoyed hanging out and talking about nerdy shit with all of you. And we're gonna keep doing this until, for as long as anyone is appreciating this. Who's this? Data 1, welcome to the gang. I got new alerts and all that shit. I've been putting in some work. So much work that I forgot this tune is running out. Let me set a loop real quick. This is lesson number 1. When you're talking shit, don't forget about your other shit. Welcome, DJ. Oh. I need to leave that in there. All right, one more time before we keep this going. If you're watching on Facebook, share and like, drop some comments for your boy, show some love, and help me with the algorithm so we get rich and famous and all these important things. If you're on Twitch, feel free to host, follow, and do all these things. Donations, much appreciated, not at all required. Thank you very much. Alrighty, I'm gonna kick this off with some scratching. I took some notes. I said some things last time that were not necessarily bullshit, but I feel I should elaborate a little bit real quick before we get into the newest lessons. And then we're gonna talk about combos today. Surprisingly, a lot of you guys have been asking about this on Instagram, so we're gonna talk about that, some basics, and then we're gonna do the Q&A thing later. I actually have a little bit of an idea that I want to try. Not sure how that's going to go, but we'll see. So just like last time, I'll be scratching for 8 bars. And then if you're at home, get your shit ready. You can scratch for 8 bars. And then also, feel free to record yourself scratching. I'll also post up the beat after we're done with this. Forgot to do it. And then send me that video. So then for next week, I'm going to make a little compilation of us having a little quarantine scratch off. Hey! That sounds about right. DJ Urbano! Urban, oh, the greatest in the game. Shout out Booty, shout out Booty. Hey, everybody watch, what the fuck am I saying? Everybody look for Urbano's all-in vlog. That shit is fire. That shit is fire. All right. Hey, enough shit talking for today. Peace to sound, Jakob. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had the mic in your face. This is something I'm gonna have to figure out now, man. I didn't think about this. If we do this, then you got the mic on top of you. That is too crazy. Okay. Cool. So yeah, that was my little intro scratch. Let's kick this off. I don't know if you've been watching last time. Last time we've been talking about a whole lot of 2-click scratches or flares and combos and all of that stuff. For those who don't remember what that was, that's something like this. And there's not enough time to like recap the whole thing, but I did say a couple of things that were not necessarily correct. For example, I said you don't ever need more than 2 clicks. I don't know why I said that. That makes no sense whatsoever. What I meant to say by that is 2-click is my favorite technique in the whole world. If I had to take one to an island, I did say that. That's the one I would take. That doesn't mean that 1 clicks and 2 clicks are like irrelevant or whatever. What you have if you take a flare orbit is you do 1 stroke, and then whatever amount of clicks you do, you get 1 free sound per forward or backward movement. So let's recap that real quick. If you start with an open fader and you move the record forward, and then in the middle of that forward movement you click or like close and open, which is what a click is, the fader, you get 2 sounds. So 1 click, 2 sounds. If you do 2 clicks, how many sounds, chat? How many sounds? Anyone talking, paying attention? Yeah, someone said 3. That's exactly right. 2 clicks, 3 sounds. 1, 2, 3. So that means that 3 clicks, naturally you get 4 sounds. Yeah, listen to that. Why would I say this is not necessary? This is a perfectly dope scratch. There's so many things you can do with that. But it's considerably more difficult to hold that speed. That's why I personally fall back to the 2 click all the time, because that you can comfortably hold quite long. Doesn't take, like, look at my arms. I'm a fucking skinny guy. I can do this for days. This is doable, you know? Everybody can achieve this. Thank you, RT Rally. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, for hosting my G. Cool. So yeah, that was something about orbits. So once again, to recap, flare, orbit. Where's the difference between these two things? An orbit is a flare where you do the clicks on a forward and a backward stroke. So forward, backward, pretty much mirrored. 1 click orbit, 2 click orbit. Sorry, I fucked up. 3 click orbit. I almost messed it up. Goddamn. All right, cool. So if you guys are down, get your shit ready right about now. In a minute, we're gonna be going back and forth, because I do feel it's a lot better if you guys can actually practice this at home. If there's anyone interested in this shit, this is probably the way to go. So I'm gonna drop the beat again on this side. Probably gonna change to this camera in a second. I hear Jacob writing up a shitstorm in my ear. This guy's got like the heaviest keyboard. By the way, show some love to Jacob, my streaming moderator. This guy's always helping me lots. So yeah, before we do the practice Q&A, you have a new mic stand. Yeah, that's right. Christy Z. Christy Z from New York City. I hope you're well. I hope New York is well. Goddamn, I've been hearing some crazy shit. The Real Switch. Shout out. Good to have you here, man. Good morning to San Diego. Your auto-tune is fire, man. Appreciate that. How to map S9 with tractor. I've been getting some mapping questions. I was going to get into that today. That's a little bit too crazy. Promise, next week I got you, because the native mapping is also dropping, so it's going to be a perfect time to do screen shares and all of that jazz. Okay. All right, a lot of auto-tune questions apparently. Did you ever try Hamster? That's also something I said. First of all, the answer is no. I did say last week that Hamster is kind of weird. It's not really weird. You know, Qbert, for example, like the god is, he scratches Hamster. Can't be all that wrong now, can it? There's one thing that I like about Hamster, which is a reversed fader for those who might not have watched last time. And that is, if you think about it, me scratching, that's a lot of tapping with my finger, clicking with my thumb, right? So if you hamster, it's the other way around. Why is that important? If you think about it, if you're scratching with your line fader, that's pretty much like if you were scratching Hamster. So someone who's scratching on Hamster typically has like a real advantage if it's about like scratching on the line fader. So you see, I can't really do it, but yeah, that's kind of an advantage. So yeah, I can't really do Hamster. Sometimes I practice it a little bit. Let me see, you know, if I can actually do like a 1 click on Hamster. Well, kind of. It's like the handicapped version of that. That sound weird? I didn't mean that to sound weird. That's like with extra difficulty added to it. That's what I'm trying to say here. All right, are you guys ready? Do you have your set shit up? Let's go, bitches! All right, we're gonna practice some orbits, starting with 1 click orbits. I go, you go, everybody go. Feel free to record yourself and send it to me. Watch my thumb and imagine it's a microphone. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, a couple fast ones. That might be a bit too crazy for some. All right, we're gonna keep going pretty fast, actually. Next up, we did the chirps last time, which is fairly similar to a one-click flare. It's the same fader movement. And we put a baby scratch on top of that. And then we end up with these sliced baby scratches. We're gonna be fast with this one. Let's do it faster. And faster. Oh, I fucked up. Sorry. That's what we're doing. Trials, remember? Yeah! DJ in this bitch. Shout out to the Philippines, my man. Yeah, fuck, I can't find the angle. Yeah, man, you came through for Scratch School. Scratch School with DJ RAFIK. All right, we did chirps, we did one-click orbits, and last week we talked about these flirps or chirp flares. So that's the two combined. So number one, number two, number one, number two, and now we're gonna put them together, one each. There you go. Now two each. Yeah! All right, let's go crazy. Okay, all right. So then two-click chirp flares is a chirp and a two-click orbit. So let's do that one before we move on to the real fun stuff, the meat and potatoes, if you want. Wait, let me figure out that pattern. Oh, that's gonna be hard. Let's do that. Okay. So we recapped some of that stuff. I cleared up some of the nonsense that I've been saying last week. That's good. Let's get to the questions that you guys have been asking this week. Alrighty. So on Instagram, we got a couple right here. And yeah, some of you guys, surprisingly, how to make a grilled sandwich. My man Jacob. I'm going to cover that next week. Having a good day? Yes. Combos. That's what I've been trying to say. So for those who don't know what that means, combos is a very fancy way to say combining things, right? Oh my, here it comes. Thank you, the table is. Thanks for the donation. Appreciate that. Thank you, buddy. All right. Cool. So combos, what that means is you're putting different scratches together. And I guess it has a word of its own because a lot of times when you put two things together, they sound very different than the two individual things. So it might sound like a completely new scratch, but it's not really. It's a combination of things. That's also why I said last week, something is not really a scratch. You might be listening to that and be like, what the fuck is he talking about? What I meant by that is it's a combo. It's two scratches combined that create that sound. Audubon, it's not a scratch, it's a combo. So you combine different scratches together. Like, for example, the chirp flare or flirp. That's a combination, as we just went over, of chirps and one-click flares or one-click orbits, or like a chirp and two-click flares or two-click orbits. You know, that would be a one-click flirp or one-click or two-click flirp. That's a combo, not a scratch. So how do we put scratches together? That's basically the real meat of the question here. So we're just going to recap once again, what is scratching? It's nothing else than forward, backward, and then on and off. On, off, forward, backward. I mean, I might be talking shit right here, but I challenge you, if that's not right, prove it. Yeah, like I might be totally wrong, but this is always how I've seen it. I don't know anything else than like forward, backward, on and off, and like maybe speed, you know, and all these things. But if you think about it in this regard, you have some scratches that start with a closed fader, like a transform. We start with a closed fader and we tap it open and maybe close it again, maybe not, depending on what we're trying to do, goddammit. But that's how we start with a closed fader. So flares or orbits, we start them with an open fader. So that's like another thing to consider. So the way I look at it when I approach combos is I got a forward movement. I'm going to end it somewhere, you know? So if I do like 2 clicks forward, I end up with having to move the record forward, and I end up with an open fader. So for me, naturally, that would mean that like something that starts with a backward movement and also with an open fader is probably incoming. Hey, DJ312, danke Ingo. Thanks for the donation. Appreciate it. All right, where was I? So yeah, that's really how I look at it. Like if I end up a scratch with a forward movement and an open fader, I'm gonna look for something that starts with a backward movement and also an open fader, so I can close it again, because you can't open the fader twice, you know, and you can't close the fader twice. That's my whole approach to like combos. So you can literally just stand there and be like, oh, okay, what did I just do? I ended up like moving the record backward and I have an open fader. So there's a whole bunch of like shit that I can do now. So for example, I can just do some stuff forward with an open fader. So see, there we have a combo. Just like totally random shit that I just made up. I did this, ended up with an open fader, and I moved the record back. Of course, you can still like do like a tear thing and move it back. But for me, for my brain, if I want to be fast, it's just like do some shit forward. Okay, that happened. So I'm just going to repeat that. Totally random. I don't know. I don't really know how I thought of this one, but you know. Okay, so maybe if I shorten it. I don't know, like there could be something in there. I'm actually going to practice this, but if you want to come up with like some weird ass combos, this is actually a pretty methodical way to go about it. If you have the patience. It's some pretty geeky shit, but it can pay off quite well. Yeah, that's basically what a combo is in a nutshell. Hey, thank you, Mr. DJ Knockers. Almost messed that up, man. Okay, let me know if that's a satisfying answer for combos, by the way, and then I can also show you like some more 2-click combos, and then finally wrap up the goddamn Autobahn topic, because I don't want to like limit myself to like this one weird thing. Like we don't have anything else to do. Okay, Jacob has been writing up a bunch of more questions. Let me see. Someone has been asking, why did you switch from a Z2 to a S9? Actually, only because of these workshop things, because I don't like this fader cap that I have, and it's very loose. I need to buy a new fader for the Z2. And until then, I still have the S9, and I really like the fader in this, I have to say. And since I just mapped it for a tractor, which is something that I'm going to be in your ears about that shit and give you some freebies for those who use tractor. Yeah, that's why I switched to the S9. Someone told me I can fine tune the effect. Hey, by the way, let me know, is there a way to change the feedback for echoes and delays? This shit sounds god awful. God damn it. Yeah, okay. What up from Austin? Shout out to Austin. I actually got family, man. I got family close to Austin. Yay. Shout out the fam. Hey, get me out to South by Southwest, by the way. DJ Jamtastic. Good to have you on board. Maji. Hey, just real quick, if you're on Facebook, once again, sorry, I gotta do it. Share the post, like it, help me get some traction, get some algorithm wars going on. If you're on Twitch, thanks everybody for hosting, donations and all of these good things. Make sure you follow me on Twitch because the experience is so much better. Also, we're all gonna be moving over to SK's channel at 7 p.m. in 30 minutes. That guy is doing his live stream. And then on Friday, we're both going to be in the mix for 1 hour. All right, more questions. Jose, thanks, man. Thanks, appreciate that a lot. Oh, shit, the video with Cuban and Shifty. Breakfast for champions, I believe. Okay. Oh, hey, I love that question. DJ Akinator, Akinator, it's in German, so Akinator, I'm just gonna call you that. Can you do some of your famous, thank you for the flattering word, drum cuts? Yes, sir. I'm gonna try to do that today. Yeah, let's get into that. Let's see if I can do it. I might mess it up, but let's see how that goes. Cholo Molo. ¿Qué pasó, hermano? All right, more. Julian MS, when you starting scratching, would you recommend starting with your stronger hand, doing the fader on? Okay, we covered this last week. I'm gonna go over it again, and this is just my humble opinion, might totally not be correct. But I'm right-handed. I didn't know shit when I started scratching, so that's why I'm scratching with my strong hand on the record. That makes it easier to do shit like this. That makes it a little bit easier for me. But on the other hand, it was very, very difficult to do stuff that is very, I don't know the fucking word for that. Feinmotorisch. Fine motorized. Anyways, some very delicate movements with your fader. It's a trade-off, like everything is, in my opinion. I guess you just stand there. Whenever in doubt, just stand there, see what feels natural, go for it, and then you can always put in a lot of hours to work. I know people like Craze and Clever, they're fucking beasts with both hands. Tiger style, man. Dude, that guy is something else. So this is what I do. I focus on left hand on the fader, right hand on the record. Doesn't fucking matter. Whatever feels natural to you, that is what you're gonna have to do. Okay. DJ Mini Mike, any advice to get into double time speed? Yes, sir. And I'm actually going to do a whole lesson on that once we get there. For those who don't know, double time is just what it's being called if you're scratching over slower beats and you're scratching in a perceived double time, which is not really what it is, but there's some certain things incoming. I love how I can hear that shit coming. Hey! Could you, toe. Hey, I hope this auto-tune shit still works, otherwise I'm just gonna look like a fucking idiot. Kajuto, my man, appreciate you. This guy's always on point. Always here, man. For me and SK, appreciate it, man. Cool, so yeah, double time shit, we're gonna get into that. It's basically just timing. Don't think about it as double time. Keep that in mind until next time. It's more like offbeat. That's why it sounds so fast. But yeah, give me 2 weeks. I'm gonna do a lesson on double time scratching over slow ass beats. Okay, here we go. Perfect beat for that. It's Mike again. Or is it? No. Me Nike? Me Nike? I hope I'm pronouncing that shit right. Do you have any tips for making scratches funky? This beat actually, there's a Qbert video which is really old, I guess, from like 2000 or something like that. And he put this beat on and his scratching was like so crazy, stupid, funky that I really like. Sometimes I feel like this beat kind of gets something out of me because of this experience, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know, some esoterical type shit for you. But it's, for example, if you look at one combination which is fairly common. Fuck it combo. It's just a transform. This was like straight if you think about it. DJ312, a fellow drummer, correct me if I'm wrong with my lingo right now, but what I call a shuffle, or you could call it a swing, is if you have 16th notes. Wait, hold on. You can do like a shuffle or like a swing. For those producers in Ableton, that's what they call swing. You shorten, for example, the interval of an eighth note, and that's called a shuffle. That's why it sounds more funky, if you want. This is straight. And now listen, this is the shuffled, funky, whatever you want to call it. If you go like, the forward is always the same as it is with the straight version, but the backward is a little bit delayed. So the interval to the next coming forward one is shorter. That's why it's called a shuffle. You're technically doing the same amount of movements, but this is the shuffled version. Long story short, goddammit, that's what makes it sound funky. So if you do that shit over and over and over, it's gonna have a very, very different style. For example, check these. I'm gonna scratch like a regular chump guy. And now we're gonna add... Wait, Jacob is in my ear, hold on. What? Ah, yeah, it's also... Sorry, I've been too close to the mic. I apologize. Okay, chumpy style. And then shuffle style. Again, straight. Funky. And if you do a lot of that shit in like some trials and stuff, that's what's gonna make your shit sound pretty funky. DJ Boo! Thank you for following, man. Or woman. Thank you for following is what I'm saying. All right. Is the Euro Scratch still a thing? I hope not, man. I hope not. I mean, this shit is so... fuck. What is even a Euro Scratch? There's two ways to do a Euro Scratch. And I basically, I don't think I can do any of them right now. Let's see if I can. Nope. Well, kind of. You hear what's going on? It's when you use two faders at the same time. I don't think it's still a thing. And like this version, I was always really, really bad at. But here's a secret ninja trick. If you ever want to like really piss off or impress your girlfriend, I think it's going to be the pissing off thing. But you can reverse your input fader, your line fader, and put it on a very sharp curve like this. Incoming! Woo! Minaik, thank you for the donation. I appreciate you. Okay, so once again, hey. Oh shit, yeah, I don't hear anything because I hamstered my fader. So if you kind of like do the tiger claw thing, I can't believe I'm showing you this. This is some bad shit. This is a gimmick. But you know, like grab your line fader, which is on hamster again, grab that like between your pinky and your, what's this shit called? Ring finger, you know, like this. And then you grab the cross fader. You know the shocker? That's pretty much what it is. But like take the crossfader and put it between this guy here, like that knuckle of your pointer, yeah, and your thumb. And grab the fader and then wait, is that even how it is? Wait a minute. Ah, fuck. No, there's more to that. Hold on. I got this. Don't worry. Ah, see, that's why. Okay, I have to do it over here then. Making this very fucking dramatic. Hold on. Sorry for taking so long, man, but this is gonna be worth it, I promise. All right, let's see. Man, am I really so dumb? How did that shit work? Hold on. Ah! Thinking about it, man, this shit is kind of dope, man. The Euro Scratch, the kind of stupid shit that European people think about. Hey, by the way, I believe the creators of the Euro Scratch is Scratch Perverts. I got so much love for Scratch Perverts, man. It's retarded. I wish I had my samples here. I would drop air horns and bombs for Scratch Perverts. Shout out Tony Vegas and shout out Prime Cuts, man. These dudes are something else. But anyways, I think I butchered the entire explanation. So what I did now is I have the left input fader actually on very sharp. And then I have the crossfader to normal, not to hamster. I was talking shit. And then I do the shocker thing, which I described earlier. It's basically like transforms at a speed that is completely impossible. So yeah, if you ever like feel like you need to impress someone who might be into DJing, this might be the weapon of choice. Yes, Euro Scratch. I'm gonna take like 8 hours to set this shit back to normal. Wait a minute. Okay. Yay. Where's that beat? Cool. So that was the Euro Scratch. I don't think it's really a thing anymore, but you know what? Let's make it a thing. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum. Hey, shout out to Ghana. That is crazy. Much love, much love. I've never been to Africa. One day I'm gonna go. I want to go so bad. I want to go so bad. Do you use Tractor interface or S9 sound card? I'm using the S9 sound card at the moment. I am using a mixer without an innovator. Is that a lot tighter? I don't really know, man. Like for the Z2, I prefer the one that is in stock. It breaks really fast, but I like it a lot better. I bought like an expensive one and I didn't like that one as much. It's a matter of taste, I guess. Anything works, anything works. Okay, any finger drumming tips? That's coming up either in 2 weeks with the other stuff that I've been talking about, or I'm gonna make a whole dedicated lesson for that. But I think, yeah, we got like 18 minutes until SK is starting his stream. So let's keep this going. Everybody get your shit ready. We're gonna scratch a little bit. Cool. Let me know, by the way, if you're getting anything out of this. If this is too like nerdy and like complex, let me know. If this is not nerdy and complex enough, let me know. I don't know what the hell we're doing here. This all sounds to me like it's gonna be really like geeky shit for everybody. So I kind of need some pointers on how far to go. Anyways, get your stuff ready. Get yourself ready to scratch. Film yourself if you want to. Send me that video, and then I'm gonna edit like a little Q&A of us all scratching together. All right. Kenya is watching as well. Shout out. Woo! The Euro Scratch Challenge, yeah? Euro Scratch Challenge. Hey, like, I don't know. Like, whoever wins that, you already know what they're spending their day doing. This whole movie is kind of like... It's kind of look terrible, man. Just imagine, like, you're in front of the DJ booth and you're just, like, washing up and there's this guy just, like doing that. And then let's not even get into that. All right, let's get your records ready. Some funky scratching. Let me know if you want to use this beat or some other beat. Practice makes progress is right. Or as another scratch DJ buddy of mine used to say, practice makes precision. Shout out Precision. And also shout out Shifty, by the way, watching this dubspot massive. Yeah, man. Okay, while you get your shit ready, last thing that I'm going over today, unless you have any other questions, is beat scratches. Let me find some, actually.
Word.
Okay, I got it. Someone has been asking about the MK3 tractor mapping. I promised last week, give me 2 weeks, I'm gonna have it together. So that leaves me with 1 week to go. I'm just troubleshooting the last couple of weird like bugs and shit like that. And then we're good to go. But it's all working. It's all dope. I made it a little bit doper for the sampler as well. So next week, I'm gonna release that. And then if you guys are interested, we can also do like a whole live stream. Sorry, I'm too close to the mic again. Do like a whole live stream about that mapping so I can walk you through that, because I feel like that's so specific for tractor. That's just gonna annoy everybody else. All right, drum time. Oh, jack. Okay, I need to look up what that is. Jackhammer. I can't remember what that was. But yeah, drum scratches. I don't know how old you guys are, but if you're a little bit old, you're gonna remember a fucking epic music video by Beastie Boys and Mixmaster Mike called 3 MCs and 1 DJ. By the way, if you look at that now, it seems so far away. Like, I remember that shit like it was yesterday. And that doesn't sound good. But anyways, like, it's basically they're like walking into this basement. This DJ guy, Mixmaster Mike, he's standing there with a jetpack, of course, and he's doing the beat for the whole thing. And they're rapping over him scratching drum sounds. That's basically what a beat scratch is. For those who know, that's obvious, sorry, but not everybody is geeky like us. So for that, you need some drum sounds. And what are the most common drum sounds? I think you know that, even if you're not a drummer. It's the kick and snare. Boom, gish, boom, gish. All right, so we're gonna need those sounds, yeah? Do we have some? I'm looking for something specific.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, that's not what I wanted, but it's good enough. So what we have here is a... Hey, 312, is that a 16th note? I think that's a 16th note. It needs to be at least an 8th note. 16th notes are closer, so it's easier to flex because you need less movement. But here, we have a 16th note sequence of kick and snare. And that's what you have in a lot of patterns, you know? So the basic drum scratch is... with using forward scratches. Let me know if I need to explain what that is. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. But just using the kick and then releasing the thing. You could make a drum beat like this. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Sorry, I got carried away there. That's the most common drum pattern that you could do. You know, every rhythm that you can do with a kick and a snare, you can do like that. Anyways, like, I'm just fucking around right now, but that's how you do basic drum scratches. So there's, I don't know how nerdy to go right now, but basically you have kick snare combinations, and then there's also snare kick combinations, which is what I kind of prefer, because this is dope. But I can only show you if I have one. Okay, fair enough, this works. See, I have like snare kick. First of all, I like this little bit of from the snare, you know, when you go back. I like that shit. That's why I like it. And then, how much time do we have left? 10 minutes. I'm gonna do more on drum scratching next time if you're down. But anyways, what I was trying to get to here, and what I believe I've been asked about, if you do the backwards one, you have to drag the record backwards in order to get to the snare, and that leaves you with like the tail of the snare. And then D Styles, one of my very fucking favorite scratch DJs, very, 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 very fucking favorites. He came up with something called warp fade drums, which is seriously like one of my favorite. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. And what he did is like, he did this, and then he did like these little baby scratches with the tail of the snare drum. We're getting into geek the fuck out territory right about now. So it's almost like a hi-hat, you know? Hey, dude, that was perfectly on time, man. Lexi following on beat with the chant, man. Or girl. Perfect job. Go full nerd? All right, let's do it. Okay, so this is basically it's not really my thing, you know. Like I got a lot out of it in DJ competitions, but I don't feel like I invented this. It's just like putting a twist on something that was already there. The first time I saw this was on the ScratchCon VHS. If you even know what the fuck that is. Speaking of geeky shit. Anyways. Again, the warp fade drums, he was using crabs and then to reverse the snare. It's not a good snare for that. Hold on one sec. We got 9 minutes. 9 minutes. I can do this. I can do this. Still. Come on. Come on. Come on. Please. Fuck. Okay. Relocate, emergency. Best of Scratchy Seal? That better be it, man. Oh. Thanks for the follow. Come on, man. Don't be like that.
No! Get out!
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Hell yeah. Okay, these are the original warp fade drums, by the way. Scratchy Seal is where you can find them. You hear this tail? You bunch of nerds? You hear that? Okay. We got a bunch of people following on beat now. So it goes like... I'm gonna make a beatbox compilation of me like vocalizing scratch sounds, by the way. That shit is hilarious. Okay, so coming back to the crazy ones. Okay, so basically if you just do this, and then you apply this like thing that Qbert used to do with the 1-click or 3-click drums. He did like these double time patterns, and that's when like sometime I just thought like, okay, it's basically the same as this. How does it sound? It's like really fucking low volume in my house. So it goes. Wait, let me put some auto-tune on that shit. Yeah! And then you do that shit really fast. And then... And then whatever you do, if you ever find yourself in a competition, if you do something like this and people are already like, what the fuck? If you then go and you do it faster and faster and faster and faster and faster until you're out of the fucking frame, like I almost was, you're gonna win. That's what I'm saying. I literally one time won a battle and everything was fucked, and I just did like a 1-click flare. And I made it faster and faster because like I was like, I don't know what else the fuck I'm gonna do. But yeah, that's how I figured that out, because I won that battle. Yes. Alrighty, cool. We got 5 minutes to go until SK is ready to do his live stream. We're gonna raid that bitch. Jacob is like, yep. Dude, man, thanks so much for doing this. My organized, the organized side of my brain. Anyways, Get your scratches shit ready as I answer the last two questions. Beck was teaching drum scratching last week too. Oh shit, yeah, I gotta check that guy out. I haven't seen him. Everybody's streaming now, man. It's like hard to keep track. He's been doing that shit for a minute as well. How do you do the pause juggling? Fuck. Can you write me a PM or DM or however it's called in your country? And let me know what that means, because I'm not sure. Anyways, are you guys ready? Okay, and he's asking if I can do a breakdown of one of my routines. I will have to practice them, but yes, basically we can do anything that you guys want if you ask me like 2 or 3 times. Oh, all right. I hope you guys are ready. Get your shit together. This doesn't have to be perfect. It's just to get in the groove. I'm going to post up the beat right after this, and then you can record yourself on your own time. Make sure you send me a video of 8 bars of your scratching. I'm going to edit them all together, and then it's a gang thing, right? Scratch gang. Yeah, Twitch scratch gang. Okay, we're gonna do the Q&A thing on the funky ass beat. Sorry. That always happens, especially if we have no time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Okay. You're killing it, G. You're killing it. All right, here I go. Bist du da eigentlich am Vapen, Alter? Ich schwör das die ganze Zeit. I can hear Jacob vaping in my ear. Kannst du mir Bescheid sagen, wenn Basti online ist? Jetzt gerade? Yeah! All right. California rolls, by the way. I recognize that. I'm gonna take care of you next time. I'm writing that shit down right now. One more. One more run, each of us, and then it's time to go over to SK83's thing. Oh yeah, I'm also gonna let you know where you can send it. But basically, DM me best on Instagram. But we're gonna figure this out. Watch my Instagram story. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks everyone for tuning in for number 2 of the insane I don't know what the fuck I'm doing workshop. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and you can learn how to not know what the hell you're doing too. Yeah, it's that simple. You got tutorials for that shit. All right, we're gonna go over and raid SK's thing. I don't even know if I know how to do this, but thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate every single one of you watching, subscribing, liking. Oh, you can't subscribe yet. Following, donating. Love you guys. All right. Be safe. Be healthy. See you on Wednesday. What the fuck am I saying? Friday. I'll be live at 7 p.m. SK at 6. All right. Here we go. Let's rate that bitch. Whoop.
How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing good. I'm happy to be back, and I'm announcing that I will play every fucking Wednesday.